Welcome back, everybody, to the Big Moon Arcade. We're in the shop, and you know what we're doing. Part 4, Space Invaders. Really one of the absolute most iconic arcade games of all time. Anywhere, any galaxy, any planet, any universe. This is it right here. So it's coming along here. I was going to show you the bottom. We've got the leg levelers on there. Everything's cool. We've got a new, I'll show you here in a minute, little piece to fit here that's going to cover this little rattiness up, so it's going to look new again. We kind of washed up the sides. We haven't put the new T-molding on yet. We'll do that last. We're just getting it cleaned up here. So doing a little bit of cosmetic stuff here and there. You just have to make a decision on these types of things on how far you want to go with it. You know, and there's no right answer. It's all just kind of what you're starting with, and you know what your resources are, and how much time and money you got, and how crazy you are too. You know, so yeah. So I'm gonna take you inside here. And I'm going to show you one little thing that we did that's really cool. I was debating whether or not to do it, and I just went ahead and did it. Worked on the control panel, and I took the old ratty buttons out. You can see there. You know, those are the original ones. Now they work, but we put some new ones on. We've got our cigarette burns here still, so we've got the patina, that's what that is, but we got all new buttons here. And then on the back side, everything's cool. We got good connections on everything, so it's gonna just work like a champ. And we've got it cleaned up pretty nice, and we're sitting pretty. So I'll take you out here and I'll show you what else we've got going on tonight. All right, so we've got the coin door frame. If you look close, we preserved almost all of the texture, the original texture. Had to do a little sanding to get the rust off. Little body work to straighten out where it was bent, but yeah, it's gonna look really sharp. Now these Space Invaders and Sea Wolves, maybe some others too, were this gray color, not the black, so it's kind of unique. Here's the coin door right over here. We masked off the badge, as you can see, and we may end up replacing that later, but I just left the original one on there for now. But it's looking pretty sharp. It's gonna be nice. And here's that piece I was telling you about earlier for the bottom, painted up, and it'll go right in there and attach and look super slick. So, okay, so let's talk about the monitor situation. Okay, if you don't know, if you're watching this, you probably know, but for the one person that doesn't, originally the monitor in this game was a black and white monitor, and this game does not have one. The monitor is mounted with the screen, the glass part, facing straight up, okay? And then it reflects the image off of the mirror, the two-way mirror. So it creates a very super cool effect, okay? The monitor tube mounts in there without any bracket mount like these conventional monitors do. So I've got a plan. So what we're planning on doing is taking this is a Cortec, okay? Yeah, actually I rebuilt this chassis. It really doesn't really have any screen burn. It really has a nice picture. The frame's a little ratty, so, but we're gonna take it out of the frame. We're gonna mount the tube into the machine, and it should fit right in there, okay? I haven't like measured it all yet, but this is the plan, subject to change. So we'll mount the tube in there, we'll take the chassis out and we'll off of this and we'll mount it in there someplace. And now we need to have a reverse image. So, because again, remember we've got this mirror situation. So the plan is we're gonna swap the horizontal yoke wires, which on this monitor is gonna be that red and blue wire right there where it plugs in. And that should reverse our image. So when it goes through the mirror, it'll look right. That's the idea. So we'll see if that works. So that's kind of what we're going to plan, and I've seen some other people do some variations on that theme. A lot of these you can actually even run a black and white signal to this. So you can actually so you can use a color monitor and just run a composite signal to it and just run a black and white image. I'm not planning on doing that, and I'll show you why and what the deal is. So stand by just a second. All right, so here's the original Space Invaders board set. Well, it looks to be in pretty good shape. I haven't tested it. Supposedly it's kind of maybe sort of works, but not really, like most of them. So, Lego Pac-Man, Gapless, aka Galaga 3 board, and Junior Pac-Man, just, you know, random stuff. So the plan, this is an older 48-in-1 board, which has Space Invaders. I've set this just to boot. I deactivated all the games in it except for Space Invaders. And it actually does Space Invaders in color, which is just, you know, the white, the red, and the green, which originally was accomplished with that gel overlay over the black and white tube. This board actually puts color out. So we're gonna have the color image up on the mirror and it's gonna look just like, you know, original. And it's gonna boot off of this board just to Space Invaders. And I'll be honest with you people, you know, Space Invaders is a pretty simple game. It's really easy to emulate. No one's gonna know the difference unless I tell you, or unless you look inside and know what you're looking at. So that's the plan. Now, of course, that's gonna go along with a different wiring harness and a different power supply and a few other things which we'll go over later. But that's the gist of it, and I think it's going to work really good. Now, I did already take this out. I put it in my in the Trash Super Pac-Man that we made into the multicade. I put it in there, and I went into the menu and I set it just to boot to Space Invaders. So that's all ready to go. So once we do our new wiring harness and all the shenanigans that go along with it, and we're going to put a test and service switch in there, which we got right here ready to go, and we'll have it all ready. It's gonna be awesome. That's the plan, subject to change. So there you go. There's the update, and it's gonna happen pretty fast once we get all the cosmetic surgery done. We start doing electronics, and we'll have it running under its own power before you know it. It's gonna be awesome. So thanks for coming along and spending the time and going on this journey. It is a great pleasure that some people get, you know, working on these old machines and watching them come back to life again. Now, we're taking a little artistic license, you know, with the electronics and whatnot, and sometimes that's just what you need to do. I know there's different schools of thought on that, you know, and it just kind of depends on the situation, you know. I'm becoming more flexible the older I get because, you know, getting all the original stuff to work sometimes is maybe not a really realistic option, but a modern or a more modern technology option often you know, accomplishes the goal, and we can play the game and we can have the original cabinet and it's going to look and play and feel and sound exactly the same. So you know, you just kind of have to use your own judgment with that. So wherever you are and whoever you are, have a wonderful evening and take care of your people, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys on part 5, which is going to be really super cool. more cool than part 4, 3, 2, or 1 even. Just super cool. So it's coming. We'll see you then.